Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to connect to your OpenMediaVault server using the Tailscale VPN, which is completely free by the way. Now I know WireGuard is a thing. If I go on here, go to services, I know I can install WireGuard, but I find that Tailscale is simply much simpler to set up, so let's go. Step 1 is to log into your OpenMediaVault dashboard, or if you already know your details, you can skip this part, but what you will need is the host name. For me, that is Nasberry at the moment, and my IP address is 192.168.0.157. If you already know this stuff, that's perfect, because we're going to need these details to SSH into the OpenMediaVault server and install the stuff that we need, which in this case is going to be Tailscale. Step 2, you're going to need to open your terminal window or command prompt, whatever you're using to SSH into it. So for me on Windows 11, I'm going to go to the start menu and I'm going to type in terminal, so terminal. It's going to come up with this black window here. I'm going to click on that. It's going to open up. Let me drag this across. Let me zoom in as much as I can. So there I am. Now I need to log in to the OpenMediaVault server, but I must be on the same network first. So for me, I'm going to type SSH space. Then from here, I'm going to type in the name of the server I'm trying to connect to. So for me, that's Nasberry, Nasberry. I'm going to do the @ sign. So @ then the IP address. For me, it's 192.168.0.157, I believe it was. I'm going to press enter and it's going to ask me for my password for that machine. And for most people, it's going to just be OpenMediaVault unless you change it to something else. So I'm going to press enter now. It comes up, it's asking for my password. I already connected to this before, so it's not going to ask me to create a key between my Windows machine and my server. When that comes up, all you need to do is to type Y or yes. So most people is going to be Y or yes. So I'm going to type my password now, and don't worry if it doesn't show up. That's a security feature of this. It doesn't actually show you the length of the password or the stars that you would normally see. To type your password in, try and go slowly, press enter, and you should be okay. As you can see here, I typed mine wrong like 3 or 4 times and it locked me out. So all you have to do if it does lock you out is put in that same command again, which was SSH Nasberry @ 192.168.0.157. Those are my specific commands because my server's name is Nasberry. You simply have to do yours again. So now that I'm logged in, all I need to do just to make sure that this works, I'm going to type ls. That just simply lists everything in my current directory. So I think I'm in probably the home directory or the download directory. Then it will list all the files currently in that directory. That tells me that this is working fine. I'm connected using my Windows PC to my OpenMediaVault server. Now before I go any further, you want to make sure that you do actually have a Tailscale account. It's completely free and you can use your Google account to create one. I believe your Facebook and some other accounts. So all you have to do is to go to Google and type in Tailscale. The very first website you see, that's going to be the one you access. So click on the first link here. Then I need to go to where it says login. Let me try and zoom in. Sorry. I'm going to go to login at the top right hand corner of the page. Click on login. It's going to have all of these options here. So you can sign in using your Apple ID, your GitHub ID, your Microsoft ID, your Google ID, and a passkey. I'm going to use my Google account simply because that's what I use for everything. Once you've logged in or created your account, this is what you'll see. Now, in most cases, you shouldn't see anything unless you've used Tailscale before. If you've never used Tailscale before, this should be completely blank. And once you install it on your server, so your OpenMediaVault server, and actually set it up, as in tell it to turn on, then stuff should pop up here. Before I go back to my terminal, what I am going to do is simply Google install Tailscale. I'm going to click on the first link that comes up. This is 14th of March 2025, and all I'll need to do is to copy this command here. You can select it, right click, and then copy, or you could simply click on the copy icon on the right hand side of it. So I'm going to click on that. There's a tick that tells me it's been copied. I'm going to minimize this and go back to my terminal window here. I've cleared everything. All I need to do, again, I am logged in to my OpenMediaVault server from my Windows 11 PC using SSH. There are other ways to do this, but I find this is probably the easiest way that most people who are semi-technical could follow along easily. So once I've copied that command from the Tailscale website, I'm going to simply right click on this window here to paste it. I'm going to press enter, and that's going to start downloading and installing the Tailscale. Just wait for that to finish and I'll be right back. Perfect, everything worked fine. It installed okay, and this final instruction here or output here tells us what we need to do to actually turn this on. So all I'm going to do now, I could copy this, I could highlight it, and I think if I do Control C that might work. And if I right click on here, yeah, that's it. You could simply type this out as well, but I was being lazy. So once I do sudo tailscale up, I'm going to press enter, and that tells me when this comes up here that this has worked perfectly fine. I'm going to go back to my Tailscale window. So I'm going to click on my my browser down here, go back to my Tailscale admin window. I'm going to refresh this. The very first one at the top, as you can see, that's my Windows 11 PC there. This one down here, that's my Pixel 8 Pro on Android 15. And this one down here, that's my OpenMediaVault server. Now this is really cool. The reason is I can now go to my mobile phone and I can access the files on my server from anywhere. I'm going to prove that to you now. Here I am back on my mobile phone, and the first thing I'm going to do is to go to my Play Store, go to the search bar at the bottom. I'm going to type in at the very top there, Tailscale, 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 press search. It's going to be that second one there that has those dots, those 9 dots. I'm going to click on that one, so this is the Tailscale app that you need. I'm going to click on where it says install. It's going to take once that's finished installing on your Android phone or your iPhone, whatever device you're using, click open, and you're going to need to get started, log in, give it the permissions it needs, all of that good stuff. So again, I'm going to go back to sign in using my Google account. So on my mobile phone here at the very top, you can see that I've got my Google Pixel 8 Pro 1. This is just because I created a different account, so this should work perfectly fine. Back on my browser, you should be able to see that another Pixel device has been created. So I've got Android 14 here, I've got Android 15 here, and I've also got Android 15 here. This one is simply because I uninstalled the app earlier and reinstalled it, so it gave me a different IP address and created a different device. So I can actually go ahead and delete that, but I'm going to leave that for now and simply move on. Now that I'm connected to my VPN, I'm going to press home here. I'm going to swipe down from the top and turn off my Wi-Fi just to make sure I'm not on the same network. So I'm going to press Wi-Fi off. I'm not on the same network. I'm using 4G at the moment. So let's see if everything is still working fine. I'm going to go back into Tailscale. If you do turn off your Wi-Fi once you've connected, sometimes you'll see this thing here that says duplicate node key. What happens there, what I've found is, because you were on your Wi-Fi, you connected to the VPN, and now you've turned off the Wi-Fi, it will reconnect normally, but sometimes you might just have to turn your mobile data back on and back off, or simply disconnect from the VPN and reconnect again. So that toggle at the top of your Tailscale window inside or on your mobile phone, you simply flick the toggle off, then flick it back on, and you should be good to go. So now I'm connected. To prove that this works, I'm going to go to my file manager, and again I'm using some random Android file manager. Whichever one works best for you, that's okay. I'm going to go to my file manager. I'm going to go to where it says remote, click on that, and I'm going to add the IP address of my Raspberry Pi server here, which for me is going to be 179.48.14. So I'm going to click on where it says add remote location. Sometimes this has never worked for the VPN, but in most cases you can click local network and it will scan your local network to see if it can actually find anything. This has never worked for me using the VPN, but it might work for when you're using just a local network stuff. I'm going to click on manual input, and at the very top there I'm going to type in the IP address. So for me it's going to be 100.79.48.14. Perfect. And then from here I'm going to click anonymous. This is just for my specific file manager. It's going to be different for everyone. Once I click OK, it's going to spin and spin and spin and try to connect across the VPN. Now, if you look at the top of my mobile phone screen, it says 4G there, and I'm connected to my Raspberry Pi server. I had 2 drives in here before, that's why I've got 2 Raspberry Pis there. I'm going to click on the top one, and this loads up all the files I have on my NAS inside my basement. Now, the benefit of this is that I can go anywhere in the world, and once I have a mobile connection, a Wi-Fi connection, whatever, I simply turn on the Tailscale VPN, connect to this Raspberry Pi thing here, and then I can transfer stuff, I can get stuff, I can put stuff, I can do whatever I want. To prove that this works, I'm going to go to my camera app. Let's go to my camera app quickly. This is my desk in front of me now. I'm going to take a picture of it. Let's focus on the Elgato Wave 3 here. Take a picture of it. Then I'm going to go back to my file manager. I'm going to go over here, go to my main storage. I'm going to try and copy that picture from my mobile phone across the VPN using 4G data. Go to DCIM, go to camera, and it's going to be that one at the very top. So I'm going to long press on it. I'm going to choose copy in the bottom there. Then I'm going to press the hamburger menu thing at the top again. Then go over to home, go back to remote, and click on the second option there for me. The first one that says internal NAS, that's if I'm in my house on Wi-Fi, not using a VPN. That's the one I connect to. But this is the second one is the Tailscale VPN I just set up. So I'm going to press that one. I'm going to click on Raspberry Pi 2 at the very top, and let's see if that works. Yeah, perfect. I tested it yesterday and it worked perfectly fine. So all I need to do now is to paste this picture. I'm going to paste it. It's going to move very slow. To be fair, this is a free network attached storage operating system. This is a free VPN using my 4G data, and everything works seamlessly. At the very bottom, as you can see, it says the 5th, which is May 23rd, 2025. So when I click on that picture now, it should open the picture I just took of my Elgato Wave 3 microphone on my desk. It is slow. It's not going to be as fast as using Wi-Fi on a proper thing like Google Drive, but it is completely free and relatively secure. So that's it there. Everything works. If I go to info, it gives me all the details I would get on my phone as well. So thanks for watching. Hopefully that was useful, and stay tuned.